Hey guys, I'm going to discuss Module 14, the purpose of evaluations in direct practice. So, the first question was to discuss the purpose and functions of evaluation and termination and the essential practice skills needed to facilitate each task during the helping process. The purpose and function of evaluation and termination and the essential practice skills needed to facilitate each task during the helping process is to measure the client change and satisfaction, assure worker accountability, monitor the effectiveness of services, and to evaluate the impact of the interventions themselves. So, I was also asked to discuss the differences between the outcome, process, and satisfaction forms of evaluation and why each form is important to use in the termination phase of the helping process. The outcome evaluation is used to evaluate the results achieved against the goals established in the contract phase. The goals set in the contract phase will determine what will be measured. The process evaluation identifies the aspects of the helping process that were useful. This evaluation also helps organizations determine which elements of their program are effective and whether the techniques used were consistent with standardized agency protocols and delivered as efficiently as possible. Finally, satisfaction surveys determine the client's overall satisfaction with services. And this tool evaluates the social worker service by asking preferential questions regarding the client's experience. How might you use each form evaluation of facilitate to end of a helping relationship? So these forms are important during the termination process to determine if treatment was effective. It also aids in developing more effective tools and interventions when services fall short. These forms provided data for continued care for current and future clients. And I would use an outcome evaluation to determine if an intervention was effective. For example, I've asked a recovering alcoholic to attend 2 to 3 12-step meetings a week to develop a network of support from others with similar struggles. I would use an outcome evaluation to determine if the client had developed any new peer relationships within the meetings and to measure effectiveness. The process evaluation identifies the aspects of the helping process that were useful or detrimental. This tool can be used to determine an intervention's effectiveness. For example, an adolescent may want to implement respectful boundaries with their parents, but are afraid of the repercussions. A therapist may utilize role playing, but um, later evaluate and this as an ineffective intervention. The therapist can modify the intervention to possibly CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and work to reframing negative self talk to empower the client to use their voice for a positive change. Finally, satisfaction surveys and evaluations. Clients evaluates client satisfaction in social work services. This can be used to apply more effective treatments to current and future clients and ensure social workers are acting ethically. For example, a client states in his satisfaction survey that he feels his social worker violated his confidentiality by sharing the details of his case with a colleague without his permission. The organization could utilize this evaluation to hold the social worker accountable and modify policies and protocols to protect all future clients' privacy.